Welcome back to IELTS Essentials with me, Narayan, your English coach and IELTS trainer. Students often ask me, Sir, which is better, the computer-based test or the paper-based test? Now, this is an important question for you to consider because the skill sets and the user interface are different for both of these tests, and you have to prepare well for both of them. While the question types and the marking system is same in both of these tests, the way the questions are presented and the way you will answer them is different in the computer-based test. For example, in the matching paragraph headings question type, in the paper-based test, you write the letter corresponding to the correct answer in the space given in the answer sheet. Whereas in the computer-based test, you drag and drop the correct answer into the answer gap. Let's weigh the pros and cons of the computer-based test versus the paper-based tests. Now, one of the biggest advantages of the computer-based test is that you get the results much faster. You get them within 3 to 5 days as compared to 13 days in the paper-based test. The other big advantage is that you don't have to worry about bad handwriting or your writing speed. However, you may have a problem if your typing speed is slow because you may struggle to finish the test. And if you have issues with your eye, it may be a strain focusing on the screen for 3 hours. In the computer-based listening test, one of the plus points is that you're given a headphone where you can listen to the audio very clearly and you can adjust the volume as required. However, the challenge is that you have to focus on writing or typing your answer while listening to the audio, and that can be quite tricky. And secondly, you only get 2 minutes to check your answers, whereas in the paper-based test you get 10 minutes. Computer-based reading test has one major advantage. You can see both the questions and the reading text at the same time because the screen is split into 2 parts. On the left hand side you have the reading text and on the right you have the questions, and you can flip between the 2 sides independently. This means that you don't have to flip pages as you would in the paper-based test, and this saves a lot of time. Now let's look at some of the problems. Reading from the screen is harder for most people and is more suited for skimming and scanning. However, in the IELTS reading test, there are certain question types that require detailed reading. For example, the matching paragraph headings question type. Another issue is that highlighting text and taking notes on the computer is different and does not feel as natural as underlining text and writing notes on paper. In addition, your notes on the screen are not as visible. You have to go to the highlighted portion of your text and click there to be able to see your notes on the screen. Whereas on paper, you just have to write it and it is there. You cannot miss it. The computer-based writing test has quite a few advantages. First, you can stop worrying about bad or slow handwriting. Second, you don't have to worry about word count because a word count is provided on the screen. And third, editing is much easier on computer because you can copy paste sentences and delete them without crossing or erasing them. Perhaps the only disadvantage of the computer-based writing test is the distraction from the noise generated by people typing away on the keyboards during the writing test. The speaking test is the same for both exam types. You either take it in person at the exam center or via video call with an examiner. Irrespective of which exam type you choose to take, you have to prepare well for it. You can practice the computer-based IELTS test on the British Council and the IDP website. I have given the links below for both of these.